and you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
It's because you're not feeling Uzi.
Just when you thought the Raiders needed more help on the defensive side of the ball, news came out today that the Raiders are actually interested in upgrading the running back room, possibly bringing over running back Cam Akers from the Rams to Las Vegas. According to Jordan Schultz, sources say that several teams have checked in with Rams about the potential Cam Akers trade, including the Buccaneers, Ravens, Raiders, and Browns, amongst others. It's still possible Akers gets released for salary reasons, but the team is actively shopping him, and he's more than likely paid his last game there. Akers had 3 consecutive 100-yard rushing games with 3 touchdowns to close out the last season. Now, do the Raiders really need another running back? No, definitely not. But what does this mean that the Raiders are actually interested in going out and getting another running back from somewhere else when we got a young running back in Zamir White here in the backfield? It just means that the Raiders are not really sold on Zamir White, and I have not been sold on Zamir White as well. I mean, he had all offseason, he had the whole preseason to go out there and prove himself, especially with Josh Jacobs wasn't here, and Zamir just looked bad out there, not looking like the future for the Raiders. Obviously, Josh Jacobs in these first 2 games have not looked like himself. I do have to take a step back on what I said on the last video that I dropped right after the game. I was talking shit about Josh Jacobs not really doing anything out there, but looking at the film once again, looking at all 9 rushes that he had out there, this dude had nowhere to go. The offensive line was getting got the whole game, and there was no holes that were open. Every time Josh Jacobs got the ball, there was always a defender in his face, so I can't really blame Josh Jacobs for that. Our offensive line and even our defensive line were getting got the whole game. So hopefully we could see a much better running game moving forward, especially coming this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, it's not going to be easy. There's a lot of solid players on the defensive line, headline with a guy like TJ Watt. It's going to be a long Sunday. And if we aren't able to open up any holes for our running back, again, it's going to be a long day for Jimmy Garoppolo and Josh Jacobs. Now, getting back to the Cam Akers news. Do I think that Cam Akers would be a perfect fit over here for the Las Vegas Raiders? As a 1-2 punch, I think it would look nice on paper, but honestly, I don't think the Raiders need any more running backs right now. I feel like the Raiders with Josh Jacobs got enough. We just got to do a much better job on the offensive line. We need more help on the defensive side of the ball. We've seen how horrible they looked last week. Go get somebody to help the defense out. Apply pressure, because that's where we're lacking out there. You know, outside of Max Crosby, we got nobody else out there. So Cam Akers, no, as nice as it would sound for me, I don't think that it makes any logical sense for the Raiders to go out and bring in another running back when that's not our biggest need on the team. I might be wrong though. You know, Jimmy Garoppolo, really feeds off of a great running game, and if we're not able to give him a great running game with just Josh Jacobs, maybe Cam Akers could help solve that problem. But like I said, that's not the priority for me, especially on this Raiders team. But what do you guys think, Raider Nation? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think that Josh Jacobs and Cam Akers could be that deadly 1-2 punch in the backfield or not? And some other news though, the Raiders went out and signed linebacker Mikal Walker to the practice squad. Walker has started in 20 games for the Falcons over the past 3 seasons, totaling 187 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. I don't know too much about this player, but seeing the reactions from a lot of Falcons fans out there, a lot of them have been saying that this dude is a solid player. He's not going to win you games. He's not going to lose you games. Just a solid player overall. So I'm not going to expect too much out of him, but it's great that the Raiders at least try to address the linebacker position, because that's definitely a position that we need upgrading in. Not saying that he's a big upgrade, but it's a step in the right direction. I still don't understand why the Raiders let go of Jake Thomas, but that's besides the point. And some good news though, Raider Nation. Coach Josh McDaniels came out yesterday and announced that Davante Adams, who got knocked out of the game this past weekend, was cleared and good to go for this weekend.
Tastes good, and Jacoby just going through the process in terms of coming back. So I'm not going to say anything about where I feel like that is or isn't yet. I mean, I could be wrong quickly. So tastes good. Jacoby's headed in the right direction, and we'll see how this week goes.
Now, Jacoby Myers, on the other hand, there's no update on it. He didn't comment on that. We'll just see as the week goes on. Hopefully, we could get Jacoby Myers back into this offense, because for some reason, the Raiders, this offense in general, have not been utilizing Hunter Renfrow at all. We haven't seen Hunter Renfrow anywhere outside of that one catch that he had at the end of the game. But it's great to hear that at least our number 1 wide receiver will be back and will be good to go for the home opener weekend against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like I said before, I hope that we could see Jacoby Myers out there as well, but we just gotta wait. And speaking of this weekend, it's going to be a real jam-packed weekend. Obviously, you guys know it's going to be the home opener in Las Vegas, the first home game at Allegiant Stadium for the 2023 season against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I know it's going to be hyped. I know a lot of Raider fans are going to come and enjoy the weekend. Even after that horrible loss that we had last Sunday, that doesn't take away from the fact that the Raider Nation are still going to want to come and support their favorite team that always seems to let them down, our Las Vegas Raiders. But me, as well as the Oos Nation, got a lot of things planned up for this weekend. So if you guys are going to be out here, definitely tap in. Starting Friday, we have a welcome to Las Vegas party. It's a kickback. We're gonna have a live band, some drink specials, and we're just gonna have a good time just mingling with the Raider Nation at the Orleans Casino. And then on Saturday, we have the Oos Nation Night Before party at the La Jolla nightclub. Now we do have DJ Steph on the ones and twos, and we got headliner Big Mountain up in the building as well. Ooh, baby, I love the way Oos Nation throws these parties because it's gonna be lit. Now this event is absolutely free before 8:30, so you guys definitely want to come early and come party with us, the Raider Nation. And then on Sunday, we got the pre-game party with none other than the GOAT, Charles Woodson. Your Oos is going to be out there hosting the event, so definitely come through at Mandalay Bay at the Rhythm and Riffs Lounge. This is only going to be an hour long from 1 to 2 p.m. We got live entertainment, we got Woodson whiskey sampling, we got drink specials, we got giveaways, and much more. Come through, meet the GOAT, have a good time. I'm going to be having a sit-down interview with him with a lot of Q&As from the fans. So if you guys want to come through and ask questions for the GOAT, come through for that hour. And then we head over to the tailgate at J-Lot with the Oos Nation, man. We got Suppo's Barbecue up in the building. We got a whole party leading up into the actual game Sunday night. So it's a jam-packed weekend. I'm going to put all the event information down in the description below. So definitely tap in. I'm letting you guys know where the Samoan Raiders is going to be at. And I'm going to be vlogging the whole weekend. So if you guys are going to be there, come through, show some love, and let's have a good time, Raider Nation. Hopefully the Raiders can go out there on Sunday and handle business. And we just have a great weekend overall. Let's start off the season strong and come through, Raider Nation. Yes, sir. Now, one controversial player that's been around the Raider Nation for quite a while has been Derek Carr. And recently, he talked about the Raiders in the latest interview that he had for the New Orleans Saints. Take a listen.
After the game, I text Josh McDaniels. Hey, congrats on beating the Broncos, man. That's awesome. Just like we did last year. He sent me a nice text back. And when I left, I had a great conversation with Mark Davis. He knows at some point I'm going to be coming back. He's like, you're always welcome. This is always going to be home. And once a Raider, always a Raider. They always say that, and I'll be thankful for that when I'm not a Saint. For sure. But for that chapter to be over, at least it didn't end. I don't think it ended how I wanted. It didn't end well or anything like that. But I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to be what the kind of guy I want to be. My kids, I want my kids to be if they go through a hard time. And that's been fun to kind of learn that and become that man through this process.
Now, after watching that clip, of course, man, a lot of respect towards Derek Carr. He's always going to show love to the Raider Nation and the Raiders organization. I know that there was a lot of Raider fans out there just confused, like, I don't know how anybody could hate this man. Honestly, most of the people that don't like Derek Carr is because of the play on the field. Outside of that, everybody knows that Derek Carr is a great guy. And I mean, in this interview, it shows. So I just wanted to show that clip for you guys. If you guys haven't watched it already, what do you guys think about that? Would you guys be open to bringing back Derek Carr in the far future or not? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, the last thing I do want to bring up has been the Chandler Jones saga. There's been a lot of things going on for the past couple of days and weeks, man. He came out not too long ago saying that he got his account back. It was all hacked, but honestly, it doesn't even seem like he got hacked at all. Every day he's always posting something up. On September 18th that he got a hold of his account. My apologies again. Sorry for the mix-up. I was hacked. Please forgive me. Then he goes on and says, it's a new day. Be all that you can be. There's a lot of accusations, especially stuff talking about Mark Davis. And to me, it's kind of weird because I know how much he wants to go out there and play, but he's also been talking shit about the Raiders in general. I just really think that Chandler Jones does need help right now. It's just been really sad to see the whole thing that has been going down. Are you still hacked, or what's going on right now? Like I said, it's just really sad to see all this transpire, especially right before the season actually started. But to see that we basically lost a talent right now just because he's been going crazy online, it's just sad to see. And like I said, I hope he gets the help that he does need, because this is just getting a little bit too carried away, and it's a little bit more than football at this point. For me, I did want to keep up and post about all the drama that has been going on a daily basis, but you know, I've been busy in my own right, and I haven't been able to drop videos like I usually have. And just to keep up with this jabroni is just a little bit too much. So with that said, Raider Nation, I just wanted to ask you guys just one question about this whole situation, man. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that the Raiders should give him a chance at least to possibly come back and play? I know we could definitely use him on a defensive line because Tyree ain't doing nothing out there, you know, at least for right now. Or do you think that the Raiders should just end up cutting this guy? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. With that said, Raider Nation, man, tap in. I hope to see you guys this weekend, man, and I hope the Raiders can bounce back and win because I feel like they will. I know a lot of people have been doubting this team, especially after that last loss, and trust me, it definitely wasn't a great game, but I still got a little bit of optimism still. Hopefully to move on, because at the end of the day, it's just one game. Unless we continue to lose like that every single game, then we got a problem. Again, hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already, man. Until the next video, this is your boy, Simone Raider, and your boy is, yeah.